number 70. Ronald Stahl, number 71. John Lynn, number 84, and Joe Santos, number 89. And the graduating seniors for Lynn Classical, Andre Williams, number 1. Ron Thornton, number 29.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Bowl on Thanksgiving Day. Intercity rivalry, Lynn Classical taking on Lynn English. The captains at center field at the 50-yard line for the toss of the coin, and we've got the Lynn Public School marching band set to play our national anthem as we're going to get started for this, the 86th. So a season finale for the seniors for the two schools, a big way to go out. Both teams looking for a big win. Both teams having a good season. English coming in at 7-2, Classical at 5-4. Both teams had losing records last year, so a large turnaround for both teams. And now we're about to have the national anthem played by the Lynn Public School Band. So the fine rendition of the Star Spangled Banner by the Lynn Public School Band will get us started. English got off to a 6-0 start this year, and then were defeated by Gloucester and Beverly, the teams that are 1-2 in the Northeastern Conference. Classical had some tough games. They're 5-4. They could very easily have 7 wins as well. They went down the 10-yard line as time ran out against Swampscott, losing by less than a touchdown. They were beating Beverly going into the fourth quarter, so they played extremely well. Classical leads the series, 46 wins for Classical, 29 for English. There have been 9 ties. Classical has won 5 of the last 7 Thanksgiving Day games, English winning in '94 and last year in 1997. And Classical will get the football to start the football game. And we'll send Williams and Thornton back deep. Williams and Faison, excuse me, will go back deep. Faison is to the far side. Williams is to the near side, getting set for the kick from John Bernard. English almost had to play without 2 of their best players. They're playing without 1. John Kolozetsky broke a hand, but he's going to play with a cast. Terrell Patterson, unfortunately, the senior, his last game, will not be playing, and it's a tough blow for Terrell and English. He's a terrific young man, and he's on the sidelines. I know nobody feels worse than Terrell right now, but a win would make him feel happy. And an onside kick, it's loose, and the ball bounces around, and in that maze of players, let's see who's got it. English got the football. So English comes out with an onside kick to start the football game, and it's a fumble recovery at the 39-yard line. And English will have it 1st and 10. They go power I. Soleil is the quarterback. Jordan goes in motion. The give is to Richie Moore.
Richie Moore, number 22.
And he's knocked down.
Tackle was made by number 57.
Brito gets off the bottom of the stack along with Phelps as he gets to the 35-yard line. So he picked up 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Cox is covered one-on-one to the near side as a wide receiver as they go in motion. The pitch to Moore, sweeping the right side and got back to the line of scrimmage. Tony Seaforth made a nice play getting into the backfield and disrupting the play. So no gain in the play, it'll be 3rd down and 6. So it's 3rd and 6. They fake the pass, the quick out to Cox. He gets a good block, but they're not going to, well, I shouldn't say it. He's close to the 1st down marker. JP Guy made the stop. Cox, if he waited 1 more second to set the block up, he could have gone outside, but they pick up the 1st down at the 27. They used that play against Salem for a touchdown. So 1st and 10 from the 27. English trying to take advantage of an onside kick as they go power eye in the backfield. Jordan will go in motion to the far side. The little delay. There's a flag on the play. Phelps, JP Guy, Brito, along with Brendan Crichton, all in on the stop. Offside, Classical. So that'll make it 1st and 5. They marked the ball off the other way. The official marked the ball the wrong way. Now they get it back. And they'll mark it down at the 22. They stay in that power eye, everybody in tight now. Jordan goes in motion. They give to Moore off the right side. Tony Seaforth again got inside and made the tackle, holding him to a 2-yard gain.
Hey, tell me what's the slant.
So it'll be 2nd down and about 3.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine.
Cox is the wide receiver to the far side. The pitch to Moore going right. Brito in on the stop. James Ridley. L'Achilles Bruton. Tony Seaforth getting up off the bottom of the pile as well. So they get down inside to the 18-yard line. He picked up a couple more. So 3rd and a long yard, about 1.5 yards. Roberts is the wingback. They give the ball straight ahead to Jordan. He's in the secondary. A little delay. Almost looked like a busted play. But he got up ahead of steam and gets it down inside the 10 for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 7. 11 yards and a 1st down. And English will have it 1st and goal. Opening moments of the football game. First drive of the ball game by the Bulldogs. Jordan gets it again. Brito grabs a hold. And it gets some help from Phelps and L'Achilles Bruton and Ridley. They'll mark it down at the 5.
It'll be 2nd and goal from inside the 5-yard line.
So 2nd and goal now from the 5. Cox is the wide receiver, and he calls timeout as he's flanked out wide. English opened the game with an onside kick, and we didn't get, there was a pile of players on top of the football. Maybe getting the football was John Berg. He was the last one up. And that gave English the football at the classical 39-yard line. They picked up a couple of first downs. They now have it at the 5-yard line, where it will be second down and goal from the 5. Heading the defense for Classical is James Ridley. He's got 85 tackles, 9 sacks, and 2 fumble recoveries. He's the, along with Eduardo Brito out there as well. They've got some big-time players. J.P. Guy leads the offense with 588 yards. For English, Richie Moore, who's run the ball a couple of times here, has carried 164 times for 1,321 yards. So having a big year. And now with the power eye in the backfield. The give is to Moore. Looking for the goal line. He's in for the touchdown. Second effort by Richie Moore. 39 yards in 8 plays. Richie Moore going the final 5. And English draws first blood and leads 6-0. And Richie Moore will try to make it 7.
English scoring drive covered 39 yards on 8 plays. Well, after by Richie Moore.
The kick is up and good.
And it's 7-0 English.
So now for the second time, English will get the kickoff. And we may get a look at the Classical offense. I don't think English will try a second onside kick. But Classical 1-9 last year, turning it around this year to 5-4, having a great season under Matt Durgan and the rest of the coaching staff, doing an exceptional job at Classical. Gary Miller and his crew doing a nice job. English was 4-7 last year. And both of these teams committed themselves to the weight room and getting ready for this year and primed. And it paid off with both teams turning their seasons around and looking for better things to come with some young players out here. Deep is Jamal Thornton is to the far side. And Savan Un is also back deep. He's to the near side, looking for John Bernard's kick as they get set, and they drive it back at the 9-yard line. Jamal Thornton gets across the 25, a pretty good return across to the 26. So it'll be 1st and 10 Classical at the 26-yard line. So we'll get a look for the first time at the Classical offense. David Sanchez will be the quarterback. Very quietly, he's done an exceptional job for the Rams. Paul Mackey comes to the near side. Savan gets stacked up. Bing and Kolozetsky, along with Luis Marquez. They get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. So it'll be 2nd and 10. On defense, the English team looks for John Kolozetsky. We'll give you his numbers in a second as they send a wide receiver to the far side. And a good tackle in the backfield by Brandon Bing. Knocks down Jamal Thornton. They lose back to the 24. So they lose a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and 12. They stay in tight in that double wing setup. Guy and Williams, the running backs. Chow is the fullback. Little misdirection to Guy, trying to get outside and turn the corner. Trying to use that speed. He's close to a first down. Good job by Guy. He dragged an English player with him, stayed in bounds, and gets the first down. That's a big play. Parks finally ran him out of bounds, but he got enough for a first down out to the 38-yard line. So 14 yards and a first down picked up by JP. He's coming off a huge game against Marblehead, over 160 yards rushing. And he moves the chains and gets the ball back in the hands of Klasko, so they don't have to punt. English moved, and then Klasko flinched, and I think they might get Klasko, unless they call English for drawing Klasko offside. Dead ball offside, English, that's what they call. English gets called for drawing the defense off. The English player jumped into the neutral zone. The Klasko player flinched, and that's the new rule. You can draw the offense offside, and that was the call. So they gave him almost a 6-yard penalty. Rossi Chow was the ball carrier. He loses a yard to the 42.
Loss will be out of the play. It'll be 2nd and 6.
So 2nd and 6 from the 42-yard line. Guy cuts it up inside, turns the corner, gets outside, and Kolosetsky brings him down. JP Guy using that good speed to get outside and turn the corner. And once he straightens out, he's a threat to go all the way. Out to the English 42-yard line. So 16 more for Guy on the first down. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 42.
Oh, I see.
Guy again. He spins and gets grabbed. Eddie Linnell made the hit as he gets no gain on the play. So Linnell made the nice play, grabbing a hold of his shirt. They gave him a foot or two. It's closer to the 41 now. But we'll call it the 42, 2nd and 10. And a whistle on the play. And that probably means somebody in the line moved. It's going to be against Klasko.
Klasko, offside.
So they move it back to the 47-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 15 from there. And Samant Woon gets thrown down by Brandon Bing as he gets to the 44-yard line. So he picked up 3.
Gain of about 3 yards in the play. It'll be 3rd and a 1 throw.
Mackey goes to the far side as a wide receiver, covered one-on-one. Mix up in the backfield. The ball's loose. English has it. Mike Roberts comes up with the fumble recovery. So a little mix-up in the backfield. They came together, kind of bumped each other, knocked each other off the football. And English comes up with it at their 40, just about the 48-yard line. English will have it for the 2nd time. They send 3 wide receivers to the far side. Cox goes in motion to the far side. The quick out to Cox, looking for blocking out in front, gets it, turns the corner, and gets bumped out of bounds into the Klasko bench. Jojo Castillo knocks him out. They get into Klasko territory for a first down at about the 42-yard line.
You have to go downfield. There's
So
nothing.
11 yards and a first down. We'll call it the 41. And it will be 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. To give straight ahead to Mike Roberts.
Number 3, Mike Roberts, carries. Brought down by number 43, Achilles Bruton, and number 99, Eduardo Brito.
Bruton, Brito, Crichton, Phelps all around the football on defense as they get to the 39.
2 yards from the play, it'll be 2nd and 8 from the 39-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 from the 39-yard line.
He's going to go in the air. Tell him. Trap. Come on.
Moore with the carry gets to the 35. Seaford, Bruton, Crichton, JP Guy, Phelps.
Slant. Hey, you're going power game. Power game.
It'll be 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 from the 35-yard line as Moore picked up 4 on the play.
Power game. Power game. Power game. Come on.
Again, the power ride. Moore off the left side gets a good surge and gets a first down.
Down by James Ridley and Brendan Crichton.
To the 30-yard line, he picks up 5 more on a first down.
Bulldogs at the 30.
That's why I said we have to sense him. We can just send back because he's going to just keep balling this over.
Everyone else shut off your mic. Like, just hear me still talk back.
Unless it's something
Unless
really
it's
important.
important or you have a question.
Just do that by pushing
All
the
they're doing is running right up the middle. Now they're going to, I wouldn't be surprised they close.
Cox, along with Woodbury, go to the far side as they go I formation. Roberts is the fullback, Moore the tailback. To give to Moore off the right side. Knocked down by Bruton.
By number 88, Brandon Bing, and number 43, Achilles Bruton.
So Bruton brings him down.
It is 2nd and 10.
Crichton finished him off, but Bruton made the hit around the ankles to knock the pins out from Moore for no gain. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Wide receivers right and left as Moore goes in motion to the far side. Soleil, the quick out to Moore. He got a block,
Completing for Richie Moore, brought down by number
and he gets inside the 25.
Tony's behind him.
They'll mark it down at the 24-yard line. So we pick up 6.
Power.
3rd and 4
Right down the middle.
as Jordan goes in motion to the far side. Moore looking to go off the right side. Achilles Bruton knocks him down.
They gotta go. Yep.
Seaford helping out as well.
Number 78, James Ridley, number 43, Achilles Bruton.
William Brogdon also in on the stop as they get
4th and almost 3
to about the 23. So it'll be 4th and 3. Big play here for the Rams, big play for the Bulldogs, as they might get the play off before the period ends if the clock is accurate, and they're going to let it just run out. So that should be the end of the first period as they're going to change sides. And Gary Millay will have a chance to talk about what play he wants to run on 4th and 3. So we've finished one period of play here on Thanksgiving Day. English 7, Lynn Classical nothing.
Remind you that the Lynn Classical class of 1973 is having their 25th reunion Friday night at St. Michael's Hall at 7 p.m. That's Friday night at St. Michael's, the Lynn Classical class of 73, and tickets are available at the door. Also like to remind you that for the great reunion Saturday night at Sheraton Springdale in Denver, tickets are on sale here today at the refreshment stand.
Camera 1 is. Camera 3
And might I like to mention that Saturday, December 5th has been designated by Mayor Patrick Manis and the City Council
Camera
as
3.
Dave Armstrong Day. Dave Armstrong was a CML player for Lynn English, class of 57, and he's being feted at the Porthole Cots on Saturday the 5th from noon till 4
I
o'clock.
watch the slants.
And so I hope
Watch
that
slants.
English fans and people that went to school, played with Dave Armstrong, will be there to support him and his family on Saturday, December 5th at the Porthole Park at noon.
We're back as we start the second period. It's now going to be 4th and 2 as they gave English a yard on that play. The ball was at the 23. They placed it down at the 22, so it's going to be 4th and 2 instead of 4th and 3. Richie Moore. Second effort. They had him in the backfield. They had him for a loss, and that second effort got him the first down.
Sack was made by number 88, Brendan Crichton, and number 99, Eduardo Brito.
Crichton, Brito, the last guy getting up as they get inside to the 18-yard line. Looked like he was going to get knocked for a loss. He wound up gaining 5 yards.
It is 1st and 10 from the 19.
Soleil looks back. He's waiting for Cox. Lets it fly in the end zone. Tipped away nicely by the defense. J.P. Guy made the defensive play. Soleil had an awful long time to throw the football. He was able to look. He was just waiting for Cox. Cox ran a deep patent to the post and broke it to the far corner. And Soleil had an awful long time to throw the football. But J.P. Guy comes up with a big defensive play. So from the 18, it'll be 2nd and 10. Cox and Woodbury go to the far side. Roberts leading the way, along with Melo, as Tom Miller, leading the way. As they get inside the 15 to, we'll call it the 13-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and about 5.
Hey, slants. Slants.
I formation behind Soleil. Woodbury and Cox to the near side. Soleil with a little delay. There's a flag on the play. They might have got Klasko for offside again. Klasko looked like it was sent up. Now they come up. It's a holding against English, so I better wait and let the referees make the calls. Klasko was coming all the way. I thought they might have got him for jumping because they were sending everybody. But it's going to be a holding penalty against the Bulldogs. It's the 16-yard line.
Penalty against English for holding.
So they lose 3 yards in a play, and then they come up with a 10-yard penalty besides.
Middle screen. Middle screen. Tell them right now.
The ball back to the 26-yard line.
Tell the Kellys and Brito, watch that middle screen. The middle. Middle. You got trips over there. JoJo has to come
So
up.
3rd and 17. The quick out to Woodbury, can't hold on. Seaford's got the football. It was not a forward pass, it was a lateral. Woodbury was behind the play. And Bruton comes up with a loose football at the 35.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Classical at their own 35-yard line.
So Woodbury never had the football, but it was not a forward pass, it was a lateral. And the ball was live, and Tony Seaforth very alertly fell on it. Classical now breaks out of that double wing and goes I formation. The handoff straight ahead. J.P. Guy, the ball carrier.
J.P. Guy with a
Polozetsky in on the stop.
brought down by John Koloszewski and Sean Jordan.
They'll get out to the 37-yard line for a gain of 2.
Gain of about 3 yards in the
It'll
play.
be 2nd down and 8. Classical comes in scoring 25 points a game, English 24, but the difference, Classical gives up 23, English giving up only 10 per game, and a lot of those points were given up to Gloucester. The pitch, guy cuts it up inside and gets good yardage to about the 41.
Tackle was made by number 63, Nick Marcos.
So he gets it out almost to the 42.
That kid's just running hard, I'm telling you.
It is 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
42-yard line.
At the 42-yard line, it'll be 3rd and 3 with 9 minutes and a clock running to play at half, till the halftime. Now they go I formation with a wingback. That's Faison. And a little misdirection to Faison, a little delay, and he made a nice cut up inside. Cox, as well as Eddie Linnell in on the stop. As they get out to the 48-yard line. So 6 yards and a first down. Classical will have it 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Straight ahead goes Jamal Thornton.
Jamal Thornton carried.
I think I might have said I didn't give Jamal credit for the carry before this last one, but so it's 2 straight carries by Thornton. He gets to the English 47-yard line. So he picks up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Inside.
JP Guy cuts it up inside and gets gang tackled at about the 45-yard line. Nick Marcos is in there.
Leading the charge was number 63, Nick Marcos.
Also Jason Bergeron as he gets to the 45. So they give him a couple. It'll be 3rd and about 3.
It is 3rd and 3. Ball is at the 45-yard line.
Straight ahead. Jamal Thornton is very close. He's with him putting the football. He's got it. He's got the 1st down.
Brought down by number 63, Nick Marcos.
And he'll mark it to the 42, and that'll be enough.
Officials sign off.
They're going to have a measurement, but he's got the 1st down by at least the length of a football.
Sign off for a measurement.
And we're going to get a look at the stakes being brought in from the sidelines. As you see it right there. If Nick Marcos moves a little bit out of the way, we're going to see it. First down by the length of a football. We were right for a change. So the Rams pick up their 2nd first down on this drive. They trail 7-0. English scoring on their first possession, recovering an onside kick to start the football game. Classical trying to answer back. Sanchez. Eddie Linnell did a nice job of tying up the interference. And along with Mike Roberts, he makes the stop on Jamal Thornton, who gets to the 40-yard line.
Gaining 2 yards in the play to be 2nd and 8 from just inside the 40-yard
So
line.
2nd and 8 from the 40-yard line. As Linnell made a nice defensive play, it looked like Jamal was going to go a little bit further. This is Andre Williams trying to turn the corner, and he gets bumped and knocked down by Richie Moore.
Down to the 35-yard line. Driven out of bounds by number 22, Richie Moore.
He'll get down to the 36. Oh, it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. Good crowd here, considering the weather report called for rain and then heavy rain. But the crowd has shown up, and it's good to see a good Thanksgiving Day crowd. Flag on the play, and it usually means it costs the offensive team. Illegal procedure.
Penalty is called against Glasgow, 5 yards, illegal procedure.
Killing ourselves.
So penalties have hurt. This moves it back to the 41. So instead of having 2 downs to pick up 4 yards, they now have a couple of downs to pick up
Make it third
almost
and
9.
9 from the 41-yard line.
So they have it at the 41-yard line.
Spread out.
Williams, they fake. Sanchez looking for Mackey. Mackey made a great catch. Sanchez put it up high, and right between Woodbury and Cox, Mackey went up and made a tremendous catch. Sanchez put it where the only person could catch it was Mackey.
At the 24-yard line.
17 yards and a first down as Mackey went high in the air between 2 defenders and brought it down. A great play. Moves the chains and keeps the ball in the possession of the Rams with a 1st and 10 at the 24. Sanchez keeps the football and gets to about the 22.
Brought down by number 88, Brandon Bing.
I don't think that was the play that was called. Sanchez hasn't carried the ball too often this year. He's been the glue that's kept this offense together for Classical all year. He's had a terrific season, and he's going out extremely well in his senior year. English almost jumped. The pitch to Williams, he cuts it up inside. It's inside the 20 to about the 18.
Tackle made by number 88, Brandon Bing.
Miller and Bing and Moore all in on the stop as he gets to the 18-yard line.
Gaining 4 yards in the play. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the 18-yard line.
So 3rd and 4. They need 4 yards. They've got 2 downs to do it. Everybody in tight with that double wing setup. They give it straight ahead to Rossi Chow. He's close.
Number 20, Rossi Chow, is close to the first down.
I think he's going to be a little bit shy. He got to the 15. He had to get inside the 15. They're going to put it down at the 15. It's going to be 4th and about a foot.
Ball is spotted just inside the 15-yard line, where it'll be 4 10 inches.
And now we got
Official timeout for
the official's going to measure, but I don't think they made it. But we're going to get a look at the stakes. This time I think they're a little bit shy. And you see it there as they're about a half a football shy. This drive started back at the Classical 35-yard line when L'Achilles Bruton recovered a fumble.
6 inches to go.
On what looked like was going to be an attempted halfback pass. They threw a little flare out to Woodbury, a little lateral out to Woodbury, who's going to, I believe, was going to throw a pass off that play. And it was mishandled, and Chow went up the middle and got stuffed. He was not going to get the first down. He went into the stack, got stood up in the center of the line, and it bounced it to the outside, and English had all converged on the middle of the line, and Rossi Chow goes around the corner 15 yards for the touchdown. They went dead center. He got stuffed at the 15-yard line. Looked like English had held. He just bounced it to the outside, and there was nobody home. And he walked in the end zone to make it 7-6. And now they'll go for 2 to try to get the lead. Let's look for Williams to go to the right side. Sanchez with the keep, ducks his head, and he's not going to get there.
Tackled by number 51, Luis Marquez. The conversion fails, so it's a storied
Oh, Luis Marquez nailed him and pushed him back, and he made no forward progress. So English now holds on to a skinny 1-point lead as Rossi Chow gets Classical within 1. And let's see if Mr. Momentum now wears green and gold. It wore red and gray for most of this first half, but Classical picks it up.
Classical scoring drive covered 65 yards in 13 plays.
So very methodically, the big play, the 17-yard pass play from Sanchez to Mackey to keep the drive alive. Everything else on the ground, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yards. Guy, Thornton, Williams. Chow finally punches it in. And it's a 1-point game, 7-6, with 3:21 left to play here in the first half. Moore and Cox will go back deep, waiting for the kick from Chris Faison in the direction of Cox at the 17-yard line. Cox is loose down the sideline. Flag on the play, it's going to come back. Good return by Kyle Cox. He ran one back against Saugus for a touchdown to get Classical off and winning, get English, excuse me, off and winning on their, when they won their 6th straight game. But this is going to push English back. The flag is at the 33, so it'll push him back to about the 23-yard line. So instead of having it at the 45-yard line, they'll have it back at their 23.
Keep him in, keep him in. Keep Jamal next to you, next.
So it'll be 1st and 10 English at the 23-yard line.
Tell Jamal to get out and with you.
English trying to make it back-to-back wins. They won last year, but Classical's had the upper hand the last, winning 5 of the last 7. The pitch to Moore. He's got blockers out in front. Miller and Roberts out front leading the way. He turns the corner and gets a first down as he's knocked into the English bench. Jojo Castillo, along with L'Achilles Bruton, knocked him out at the 38.
Get all 3 of those DB, Andre, Jamal, and David.
So 15 more for Richie Moore. And they'll have it 1st and 10 at the 38 as it was Miller and Mike Roberts leading the way around the corner. The pitch again. Again, it's Roberts and Miller leading the way. Cox gets a block, and Moore picks up pretty good yardage as they get to about the 42-yard line.
Gain of 3 yards in the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. Ball is at the 41-yard line.
So the ball just across the 41. They picked up almost 4, excuse me. And we have a timeout on the field as
Dave, tell him to stay right with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been asked to let you know that the Lynn Classical...
well, we got a timeout. I might mention, if for those of you that remember David Armstrong, who was an excellent athlete at Lynn English, he had a very terrible accident, and he's been having a tough time. I think for quite a few number of years now. All his friends are getting together for his 60th birthday party. It's going to be down at the Porthole Pub on Saturday, December 5th, from 12 o'clock till 4 o'clock. All of those that you remember that played with and against David Armstrong can come down and wish him well and help out. It's a fundraiser that they're having to try and help him out, and just to come down and make him feel better, talk to him so we can visit old friends. That's the 12th, December 5th at 12 o'clock. So it would be nice if everybody could come down and wish him well, pick up his spirits. L'Achilles Bruton get in and nailed Richie Moore for a loss back to the 37-yard line. So a loss of 4. It's going to be 3rd and 11.
Swing, screen, screen. Hey, tell him watch the fake. He's gonna fake, he's gonna go downfield. Tell JoJo he's gonna fake that fake. JoJo gonna stay deep. He's gonna go in like he's blocking, and he's gonna go deep.
Fake.
Come on, JoJo. Kick it off.
Clarks is behind everybody and just overthrown. JoJo Castillo and William Brogdon were chasing Clarks. He got a step on the defense, and the ball was just overthrown, but Clarks did get between the two defenders. So 4th down, they'll have to kick it away. We've got the 2-minute warning. The officials have notified both benches. 1:54. And English will kick the football away. The snap gets away from Richie Moore, and he gets the kick off. And Glasgow took a shot. They went up in the air and caught the football. Brandon Crichton went up and caught the football, but he gave Matt Durgan a few gray hairs, because if he fumbles that, English gets the ball back. But the punt goes out to the 24-yard line. So the punt is a minus 13 yards. And Classical has a great opportunity with their timeouts and time left on the clock. They have an opportunity to really get Mr. Momentum wearing green and gold, as they have it at the 24-yard line. Sanchez with the keep rolling, dumps it down looking for Rossi Chow. He had 3 receivers wide open in the end zone. They had 3 green jerseys in the end zone. If David had looked downfield, they would have had 6. So the pass is incomplete. Incomplete to Rossi Chow, who tried to make a diving catch along the sideline. Now they send Mackey to the near side. Little misdirection. Jamal Thornton makes a couple of nice moves and gets down about maybe a half a yard or a yard shy of the first down. He's very close to the first down yards. We may get another measurement. We might get another measurement. So they're going to be about the length of the football shy of a first down. They're going to measure anyway. They're missing by by about an inch.
Hey, Tom. What are we doing? Tom.
3rd down, and they need about the width of the stripe on the football.
It is 3rd down and about an inch.
I'm not sure they can fit a piece of math paper between the post and the football.
Okay.
That's how close it is. I think you kind of get the idea. So Klasko with an opportunity, a bad snap on a punt. Richie Moore did all he could do to get the kick off, but it only went out to the 24-yard line where Brandon Crichton made the catch. 124 showing on the scoreboard clock. Classical trying to take advantage. Mackey comes to the near side. Williams and Guy are the wingbacks. Rossi Chow, the fullback. Williams goes in motion. Sanchez with the keep. Quarterback sneak, and he's got it. Down to about the 12. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 12.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line.
The clock is running as they send Mackey to the far side, Seaforth to the near side.
Go, Jamal. Go.
Jamal gets gang tackled, and they forced him to go wide. Mike Phelps made a nice defensive play.
Tom Miller, and number 1, John Kolozewski.
Phelps trying to lead the block, and just too many red shirts. Miller, Kolozewski, Marcos. So they had Phelps out in front, but he just had too many red shirts to block. They were lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. So with a timeout, 54 seconds left, it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 12-yard line. 7-6. English scored in their first possession. Classical trying to make it 2 in a row. They scored in their last possession, going 65 yards in 13 plays after a fumble recovery. Mackey to the far side, Seaforth to the near side. Sanchez looking in the corner for Seaforth. Went high in the air to try and get it and was overthrown. It'll bring up 3rd and 10 from the 12-yard line. Seaforth, I think, thought he was running out of real estate. He stopped and went up. He had 2 or 3 more steps to take. But Sanchez may have put a little too much air under the football. Mackey to the far side, Seaforth to the near side. Richie Moore on Mackey, Kyle Cox on Seaforth. Sanchez with the quick post. Seaforth with the catch. In. No, they're going to mark him down at the 1-foot line. It'll be a first down for Classical. So it'll be at the 1-foot line, and Classical takes timeout. So Seaforth faked going to the corner, broke it back to the goalpost, and Sanchez hit him right between the 1 and the 0. And with 39 seconds left, Classical needs about a foot to take the lead at halftime. Sanchez made a great throw. Seaforth made a nice move. People thought he went in the end zone. He actually backed into the end zone. The ball was outside the line, and the ball had to break the plane, and it didn't. So they'll have the ball first. Sanchez takes it and walks in off the right side. So they go 24 yards. It takes them 7 plays. And now Classical takes a 12-7 lead, and they'll look to make it 14 because they'll go for 2. Mackey to the far side, Seaforth to the near side. Sanchez looking to throw, lobs it up looking for Seaforth. Knocked away on a nice defensive play by Kyle Cox. Offensive interference. Tony Seaforth pushed off trying to get position, and Cox wouldn't let him, and Kyle Cox made the nice defensive play. And important conversion that makes it 12-7. A touchdown by English would give them the lead back. If they make the 2-point conversion, English would need a touchdown with a 1-point conversion to tie. So let's see if Classical kicks it deep with 36 seconds, or if they kind of squib kick it so they don't give Cox or Moore a chance to run it back. 36 seconds.
They have to cover. They have to get up and cover.
So they take advantage of the bad snap from center and the shot, actually minus 13-yard punt. And they go in to score with 36 seconds left, and they take the momentum. English will get the football to start the second half, but right now it'll be Chris Faison kicking off to either Cox or Moore, who are deep. And let's see if they kick a ground ball, or if they drive it. They kick it along the ground, and they didn't want to return, but they give English pretty good field position for Soleil to maybe take a couple of shots downfield. Tom Miller made the nice play on the ground ball. So English will have it at their 48-yard line. Cox and Moore will go to the far side. Kolozetsky and Woodbury to the near side as Talal Soleil goes shotgun. And now we got a whistle. And we got a timeout called by Classical.
Ladies and gentlemen, at halftime, we will have the presentation of the homecoming.
Don't forget that David Armstrong reception down at the Porthole Pub in the function room. Saturday, December 5th. David was an excellent athlete at Lynn English and made a lot of friends, and he's had some hard times, and it'd be nice if he could see his old friends and get together with everybody and have a little homecoming down at the Porthole Pub. That's Saturday, December 5th at 12 o'clock, so that everybody can come down and visit, see how David's doing, and wish him well, and help a friend in need at the same time. So December 5th at the Porthole Pub. First and 10 English, 36, now they got 32 seconds showing on the scoreboard clock. They got it down to where it's accurate. They ran 4 seconds off. Soleil dropping back, lets it fly. He's got Cox with the reception. And English calls a timeout immediately to the 43-yard line. So it'll be second down and 2 as they send again. 4 wide receivers, Soleil in the shotgun. Talal. Under pressure, lets it fly. 3 players coming back to it. 2 green shirts. Sanchez was one of them. Thornton was another one. And Cox came back. Cox wound up being the nearest player to the football, but it was incomplete. Talal did a nice job of avoiding the sack and getting the ball off and avoiding the big loss and stopping the clock. Third and a couple. They're going to try and pick up the first down, I think. Now they go. Throwing it deep. Almost caught. Brandon Bing was the intended receiver with 2 people all over him. Williams and Sanchez were both there. And with the 2 players there, they still almost made the catch. Bing almost made the catch. Little flea flicker. They hand off to Moore and then pitch it back to Soleil, who throws the pass. So it'll be 4th down and 7 seconds. They've got to either go quickly outside or they've got to go into the end zone. If they complete a pass down the middle, they're not going to have time enough to run another play. So they've got to go into the end zone. Soleil lets it fly. It's going to be overthrown by everybody. Sanchez winds up with the interception. So we've come to the end of a very good first half of football. English got on the board first, going 39 yards. Moore 5 yards away, put English on top. He added the conversion to make it 7-0. Classical came back in the second period, took advantage of a fumble recovery, went 65 yards for a touchdown, and then they took advantage of a punt that was actually minus 13 yards on a bad snap. Richie Moore doing all he could to get the kick off, and they went 24 yards in 7 plays. And right now the difference is David Sanchez's quarterback sneak for a yard. It's Classical 12-7 at halftime. close, James. I got 50 and 33.
So we're very close to now. What do you got? I have 128 total yards for the other guy.
I got 96 and 28. You got what? You got 98 and 29?
Something like that, yeah.
They did this last night and the Tiger got murdered, but it's the cheerleaders get into it too. Now the classical cheerleaders are going to do the same thing.
Coming queen is Tanya Amadali. Give a hand for the king and queen in that court for Lynn English. Also like to point out for Lynn English that Erin Wilkins, a senior at Lynn English, has been selected as a state finalist for the Wendy's High School Heisman Award. Erin is part of an elite group of 10 girls in the state, chosen as a finalist based on academics, athletic accomplishments, and community service. Academically, Erin is in the top 20% of the senior class. Along with enrolling in many honors classes for the past 4 years, she was a Northeast Conference student athlete last year. She has been a class officer for the past 3 years and is on the yearbook staff. Her community service includes teaching first graders at St. Pius Church. Along with teaching, she is part of the school peer program, Project Teamwork. Earlier this year, she worked with preschoolers as part of the Head Start program. Athletically, she's been involved since freshman year as a starter on the soccer, basketball, and softball team since she was a freshman. She was a two-sport captain as a junior for softball and basketball and received her third captaincy for soccer this year. As a junior, she was the Lynn City Times Female Basketball Player of the Year and the Northeast Conference All-Star. She has also been a Holland Tournament Softball All-Star as a sophomore and junior. Mr. Conley, the Lynn English High School principal, will present Erin with the award of the Wendy's High School Heisman Medallion to commemorate her achievement of being selected as a state finalist. Then a big round of applause for Erin Wilkins. And now, Lynn Glasgow's homecoming ceremony. Flowers will be distributed to the members of the court by Principal Nick Crosby.
No, I think that's the only, that was it.
And now the king and queen and their court. The freshman is Olivia Pazziali.
Somebody get on Nick Claxton, will you please?
The sophomore is Thais Bingham.
You got a degree in package.
The junior is Denise Castillo.
You got 3 cameras out there. They all got the same shot.
And the king and queen this year, the king is Charlie Diamantopoulos, and the queen is Lisa Ostrowski. Congratulations to the king and queen in their court for Lynn Classical.
Celebrate the kings, bring on the dome.
The people in broadcasting.
Is that 2, is that? Actually, he's doing just like that.
Two zoom in. Two.
Welcome back, as we're almost set to start the second half. They had homecoming king and queens selected at both schools for Lynn Classical. The court, the freshman was Olivia Pazziali. The sophomore was Thais Bingham. The junior member was Denise Castillo. And the queen was Lisa Ostrowski, along with the king, Charlie Diamantopoulos. For Lynn English, the homecoming court, the freshman was Lauren Casey and Nathan Christensen. The sophomores were Megan Lewis and Christopher Di Nicola. The juniors were Mindy Sarcheski. The homecoming king, the junior Nick Woodbury as well. The homecoming king was Jonathan Long, and the homecoming queen was Tanya Amabili. We also had a presentation for Erin Wilkins, who's a senior. She's a finalist for the Wendy's High School Heisman Award, and you can't find a better kid than Erin Wilkins anywhere around any place. So we wish her well. She's a state finalist, and we say congratulations to Erin. Congratulations to both king and queen and their courts at both high schools. And we're just about set to start the second half. In the first half, Classical had 96 yards rushing, 28 yards passing. The big pass from Sanchez to Mackey to keep the drive alive when they scored their first touchdown. And then they took advantage of a minus 13-yard punt to get good field position and score with 36 seconds left in the first half to take a 12-7 lead. Sanchez quarterback sneak right now is the difference. English went 39 yards getting an onside kick to open the football game. And Moore went 5 yards for a touchdown and kicked an extra point for the 7-point lead that English had. Classical has scored on their last 2 possessions, and now English will get the football to start. English had 50 yards rushing, 33 yards passing, 6 first downs. Moore is the leading rusher in the game with 47 yards. J.P. Guy has 43. As they line drive the kickoff off Cal Cox's hands to about the 7-yard line. Cox gets loose. He almost broke it. The kicker made the tackle. Chris Faison made the tackle. Cox made a couple of good moves, and if Faison doesn't get him, he's gone for a touchdown. Looked like he could overrun it about the 8-yard line. And he made one move and got loose, and it was the kicker, Chris Faison, saving the touchdown. And English will have it 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line. Moore is the deep man in the eye. He gets the carry. Seaford gets him as he bounces off the stack and brings him down. Along with William Brogdon. Out to the 22.
Hey, Tommy, back is an end, have to contain.
Soleil with a quick out to Cox. He makes a nice move, gets across the 25 before he's finally brought down. Crichton, Brendan Crichton with the play. And get out to the 26-yard line. 3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs. Opening drive of the second half. 12-7. Classical in the rain has held off nicely so far. Moore gets the first down to Moore, and he almost broke it. J.J. Castillo just got a hold of his jersey and brought him down at the 40-yard line. So from the 40-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10 as Moore one stride away as Castillo had to grab the hold of his jersey and brought him down. Jordan will go in motion to the far side. Moore off the left side. L'Achilles Bruton. L'Achilles Bruton with a big hit as he got a yard, just about a yard.
Going to be a gain of about a yard in the play. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 41-yard line.
Keep singing it up sometime in the back, right?
The voices you're hearing in the background are Derek Dana and Coach Bob Johnson, who are rooting Classical on from the press box, as you might imagine, being members of the Classical coaching staff. Moore has got Roberts and Miller out in front. L'Achilles Bruton again making the hit as they get to the 45-yard line.
It'll be 3rd and 5 from the 45-yard line.
So 3rd and 5 from the 45. English on the initial drive of the second half, trailing 12-7 to the Classical Rams.
Hey, he's running that play. Tell JoJo. He's running that play.
Toss.
The toss sweep to Moore. L'Achilles Bruton, Brandon Crichton, and Phelps all in on the stop. They get about a yard.
It's going to be 4th and 4.
4th and 4, and English will have to kick it away. At least we think they will be. The punter is Richie Moore. They send Chris Faison back deep. The snap again is high, and Moore just does get the kickoff. Richie Moore does a nice job. It takes an English bounce all the way down to the 11-yard line. So Richie Moore did an exceptional job. A 43-yard punt by Moore, certainly under duress. And Classical will have the football at the 11-yard line. First and 10 from the 11-yard line for the Rams. Their first possession of the second half. The pitch goes J.P. Guy. Turns the corner. There's a flag on the play. And that usually means illegal block. From the 13-yard line, they'll give J.P. Guy 2 yards. So you give him 2 yards to the 13, and then they'll mark the penalty off from there, as it should be half the distance to the goal line. And this is the area where you want to make sure you hold on to the football. English defense looking for a big stop here.
They're going to have the ball at the 6-yard line.
They mark it down at the 6.
1st and 15.
And this is where English would like to make a big stop, the defense, and give their offense good field position. Classical would like to at least make a couple of first downs, so if they have to punt, they would be punting from pretty good field position. And tripping and falling down was Jamal Thornton,
Tackled by number 24.
who got to about the 12-yard line for a pickup, got to about the 7-yard line, excuse me, for a pickup of a yard.
Gain about a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 14. Ball is at the 12-yard, at the 7-yard line.
So from the 7, 2nd down and about 14. Mackey comes to the near side. Everybody else in tight. Guy cuts it up inside, and he just lost his footing as he came across the 10-yard line. He looked like he might go a long way. Gets out to the 12.
Ball to the 12-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd and 9.
So 3rd, and we'll call it 9. Mackey this time will go to the far side.
Go.
And
Brought down by number 88, Brandon Bing.
Jamal Thornton couldn't get around. Brandon Bing stayed home and made the tackle. They lose back inside the 10 to the 9. A big stop by English.
That's going to make it 4th and 11.
You have to get out of the fight.
So 4th down, and with no run back, English will get good field position. With any kind of run back by Kyle Cox, they'll have great field position. And they just do get the kick off. Cox touched it, dropped it. It's not gonna. It should not be a touchdown. It should not be a touchdown. It's a muff. They should be bringing the ball back. I think English should be questioning this, because in the Beverly game, English did exactly the same thing with Eddie Linnell. They ran it back and they said, you can't advance a muff. And I don't think they're going to give them the touchdown. I think they're going to bring it back. I don't know where they're going to put the football, but you cannot advance a muff. So they're going to bring it back. I don't think they're not going to give Classical a touchdown, because it's not a fumble, it's a muff. The same thing happened in the Beverly game when Eddie Linnell recovered it and ran it in for a touchdown. And they're not going to give Classical 6. It's going to be Classical's football, but it's going to be Classical's football at about the 45-yard line. You cannot advance a muff. You cannot, it's not a fumble on a punt, it's a muff, and you cannot advance a muff. And Classical's going to get the football at about the 42-yard line. So it's nice every once in a while when we're right.
Same thing happened in English, the Beverly game.
So you can't advance the muff. At the 39-yard line is where they're going to get the football. So obviously, the muff gives Classical the football, and in all the confusion, I apologize. I didn't see who. Now they're really going to give. I don't understand this. They're going to give Classical the football down in English territory, and I don't understand this. I don't think the officials are quite aware of what they're doing either. They're supposed to get the football where the ball was dropped by Cox. That's where the muff occurred, and that's where the football is supposed to be, in the possession of the Classical Rams. So if they could listen to this telecast, they'd know what they're supposed to do. So they now have it back right where Kyle Cox dropped the football at the 39-yard line, and that's where Classical will put it in play, and that's the correct call, because you cannot advance a muff.
That's where the ball was touched. The punt. the ball was touched.
Yeah, talk about it some more.
So it's not a fumble when it's on a punt. It's called a muff. And that's what they call it, and that's what the rule says. And you can't advance a muff. You can recover it, but you can't advance it. So at the 39-yard line is where Glasgow will get the football.
Glasgow will have the ball first and 10 at their own 39.
It's like if you recover a fumble, you have to recover it in the backfield in order to be able to advance it. So Glasgow will have the football at the 39-yard line. So they get a break. English would have had great field position. Now everybody in tight for the Glasgow Rams. Sanchez drops back looking to throw. He's got Mackey behind the defense. Mackey almost had it. Cox at the last moment got up and got a finger on it. And I think David Sanchez wishes he threw that a little bit further. Mackey got a finger on it, but Cox made a nice defensive play and knocked it away. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 as Mackey will go to the far side. Now we got a flag on the play. Illegal motion against Glasgow.
That'll make it 2nd and 15 from the 34-yard line.
So they move it now back to the 34-yard line. So it's been a bizarre couple of minutes. But the officials finally get it straight. And it'll be 2nd down and 15. Mackey will go to the far side. Guy and Thornton, the wingbacks, as they go in motion. And that's Guy with the carry. Jordan with the tackle around the ankles. As they get out to about the 38-yard line. So they're about a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 11.
And almost 11 to go.
Sanchez dropped straight back. They were trying to set up a screen, and Brandon Bingham didn't buy, and he dumped Sanchez back at the 25. That's going to be a hold against Glasgow, and it will be refused. So he moves back to the 25. They'll refuse the penalty. It'll bring up 4th down. So the ball just outside the 25-yard line. Cox will go back again, looking for the punt. Again, Glasgow gets it off. Nice punt. Cox back. There's a flag on the play. Now there's a flag coming down here as well. There's 2 flags on the play. The difference in roughing the passer is if they run into the kicker, it's only 5 yards. It would not be a 1st down. And Glasgow will get a shot to punt it again if it's only running into the kicker. It's not an automatic 1st down. But I don't know what the other flag is back where the ball was downed. And we'll have to wait once again for the officials to straighten it all out. It may be one of those offsetting, do it again, or they may just let the play stand. Let's see what the officials are going to decide.
Second one probably too.
Now let's see if
The first penalty is roughing the kicker against English. And we have
a personal foul against Classical.
So I guess we have offsetting penalties, and Glasgow will punt the ball again. I think.
The line of scrimmage is the 25-yard line. I don't know where they're going from there. They've already moved the markers. Now,
Oh, man. You gotta be kidding me.
They're going to mark off 5 against English and then 15 against Classical. So it winds up back at the 15-yard line. So it winds up as a 10-yard penalty against Classical, and we'll kick it again. Fourth and 34. I don't think Matt Durgan has a 4th and 34 in his playbook, so I think they'll kick it away. Cox is back again. Again, English could get good field position. The snap is a little bit high. They get the kick off. Cox at the 49-yard line. Seaforth makes a nice open field tackle. He only gets about a yard on the return. They couldn't block Tony Seaforth, and he made the nice play. So English will have it at the 48-yard line. 4:40 left to play in the third period. All things considered, Classical get out pretty good on the nice defensive play by Tony Seaforth.
Oh, that pass. That pass is coming, David. That pass. Nope. Nope.
The sweep by Moore, cuts it up inside, stays in his feet, gets down close to the Classical 35-yard line. So they get to the 36. He picks up 12 and a first down. Richie Moore getting close to that 100-yard mark, up over 80. As Cox and Woodbury come to the near side. I formation, Moore is the tailback. He gets the carry, goes straight ahead, ducks his head, and gets 3, maybe 4.
Hey, tell Lexi, tell Andre.
He was picked up by number 78,
Ridley, Bruton again getting off the bottom of the pile. Bruton has been in on almost every tackle.
Yes, I want him.
3 yards picked up by Richie Moore.
Doesn't matter. I don't want Andre in BD.
Cox will go to the far side. Woodbury to the near side. They split the backfield behind Soleil. The quick out to Kyle Cox. Bangs head as he's knocked out by Sanchez and Thornton. He gets to the 26, and it should be a first down. They're going to call it second down and an inch at the 26. Third down and an inch.
You got to get over it. He's doing a good job, but you have to play heads up. You can't rely on anybody else letting you tackle. You have to get there.
They've already made the measurement because the ball is right at the stake. So they need less than an inch. They give it to Moore. The ball is loose. The ball went to the ground. Moore had the first down, but the ball went to the ground. Let's see what happens after the pile. English has got the football. Achilles Bruton again, right in the middle of things. They lose back to the 28.
That's going to make it 4th and a long 2 from the 28-yard line.
They've got to get to the 25-yard line to be sure, as we're under 3 minutes. Moore, and they don't get it. Eduardo Brito. Brito made the stop, and they lose another yard back to the 29. And the Classical defense comes up big and shuts English down. And Classical will get the football with 2:52 left to play in the period. And Classical holding on to that 12-7 lead.
49. You watch that.
Sanchez going straight ahead.
Quarterback keeper. Brought down by number 1, John Kolodziejski, and number 77, Tom Miller.
John Kolozetsky, man, we'll give him a yard to the 30.
Gain of about a yard, and the play will be 2nd and 9 from just outside the 30-yard line.
So 2nd and 9. The crowd's been treated to some good football. It's been spirited, good plays, good defense.
Go, Razi. Go, Razi.
They give to Razi Chow. Bangs off a couple of people. Lost the football. There's a pileup at the 40-yard line. Classical came up with the football. David Sanchez came up with the football. Ten yards and a first down. Chow bounced off a couple of people and got the first down. The ball popped in the air, and David Sanchez kept it alive for Classical. Mike Roberts gingerly walking off the field, favoring his right ankle. They can't afford to have him out of the ball game for too long. 1st and 10 from the Classical 40-yard line. They give straight ahead to Jamal Thornton.
Jamal Thornton took it up the middle.
He gets a couple to the 42.
Led by number 1, John Kolodziejski.
Actually, they give him more than that. They give him to the 44.
Well, it's spotted at the 44-yard line. Where
So they gave him 4.
6.
It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Cut him, Razi.
The pitch, JP, flag on the play, and that's going to bring it back. Holding against Classical. He would have been very close to the first down at the 50-yard line. But the holding is going to push it back and repeat 2nd down. Let's see where they mark it from. They mark it from where he got to, so they're going to move it back to the 39.
We have your class break. Come up to the press box to get it.
So he picked up 5 yards in the play and then push it back. Back to the 39-yard line where it'll be 2nd down and 11. And that's going to cost Classical 5 more.
Penalty against Classical, 5 yards from start.
Just talk to him, let him settle down.
That'll make it 2nd and 16.
Second.
34-yard line.
It's 46 seconds. So we want to keep the ball.
They've got to get to midfield, so they need 2nd and about 21. Actually, 16. Good defense in the backfield. It was Eddie Linnell that broke up the play. Marcos, Miller, Marquez, and Bing all into the stop. But it was Linnell who made the hit in the backfield to slow him down as they lose a yard back to the 33 as the 3rd period comes to a close.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Score after 3 quarters of play. Lynn Classical 12, Lynn English 7.
Lynn English
So we're right where we were at halftime. Classical on top, 12-7.
Today's winning number is 096663. That's 096663.
So we've got actually 12 minutes of football left. They tack on a minute to the clock on Thanksgiving Day, and they play 12-minute periods. So we've got 12 minutes of football left for the seniors on both teams. Right now, Classical is on top. But the English defense working hard here in the second half to give their offense some good field position. We'll be giving awards at the end of the football game. Jimmy Fossey from Fossey Pizza generously will be giving tickets to a sporting event, the Pats or the Bruins, to a player from English, a player from Classical, along with a nice trophy from Kevin Harrington of Harrington Trophies on Chestnut Street. So Fossey Pizza in Wyoming Square and Harrington Trophy on Maple and Chestnut Streets, who support high school football and sports weekly every Thursday night, graciously giving prizes to the two outstanding players that we'll pick at the end of the football game.
It is 3rd and 17.
So all we gotta do is cut him down, cut him.
Jamal cut it up inside and gets to about the 38.
Brought down by Richie Moore and John Kowalski.
They strung it out nicely and didn't let him get around the corner. He had to cut it up inside and get what he could. And it's going to bring up a 4th down, and Classical will have to kick it away.
It'll be 4th and about 13 from the 38-yard line.
Cox will go back deep once again. The snap is there. The kick is away. Cox let it go. It takes a bit of a Classical bounce back to the 25. So English is 75 yards away from a lead-taking touchdown. And both defenses have come up tough here in the second half.
Yeah. They're killing us with it. They're not going, I don't know what you're seeing. Except for the last one was blatant. And everybody moved in motion. Right.
So they'll send their offense out in the field with 11:21 left to play in the football game.
That's what happened. Right.
English, we mentioned, without the services of Terrell Patterson, who broke a hand, and that has been a big loss for them. He's a key for Richie Moore. He's got blocking out of that fullback position as well as defense as well. Richie Moore squeezes out nearly 5 yards as they're going to give him out. They're going to give him out to the 28. Achilles Bruton again, making a big play. Number 43 in green has been all over the place on defense. He's had an outstanding afternoon, or morning, I should say. Power eye, the little delay, and a very nice job. And we're looking to see who gets off the bottom of the pile and made the stick. J.P. Guy made the big hit. Moore picks up a couple. Third down, they need 5 from the 30-yard line.
Tell JoJo and Williams, 7 and 2.
Clock is running with 10 minutes to play in the football game as English breaks them out.
Williams over there, tell JoJo, move on. He's going straight down the field. There it is. There he goes, down the field.
Talal Saleh looking to throw, overthrew Cox, and it's picked off. William Brogdon. Brogdon picks it off at the 41. Pass well overthrown. Cox was actually in front of the defense, open momentarily, and the pass was overthrown. And Classical will have a chance to run some time off the clock. They're leading 12-7. Scoring on their last 2 possessions of the first half. The last one coming with 36 seconds left, taking advantage of a bad snap on a punt.
Come on, Andre, cut him.
Williams.
Face mask! Face mask!
Flag on the play, and I'm sure you could hear the coaching staff from up here. They lose on the play. Back to the 39. So they move it to the 44.
The 5-yard fake pass
And the rain is starting to come. We've been lucky. It was forecast to come a lot sooner than this. The rain and the fans start to scatter as the rain comes. Jamal turns the corner, and a good open field tackle by Woodbury. As they get to the 49-yard line. A pickup of 5. It'll be second down and a couple.
Good job, Dre.
Williams broke one tackle, but he can't get away from the second one. Tom Miller brings him down. Jordan made the play, breaking it up in the secondary. Miller finished it off, and they get nothing on the play. It'll bring up a third and a couple. So Jordan made great penetration and slowed Williams down, and Miller was able to finish him off. And it'll be third and a couple. Mackey goes to the far side. Pascal looking to hold on to the football. Thornton squeezed to the 50, but he's going to be about a foot short, and Durgan might have a decision here. He needs less than a yard. Miller and Marquez knocked him down. Fourth down a yard, and let's see what they're going to do. And they're going to take a timeout to talk about it. 7:52 left. They're going to take a timeout to talk about it.
Just discuss for each team. Just discuss this foul.
Which defensive line?
Touchdown, interception.
So we're doing one for each school?
So they've talked about it. Sanchez is still in the football game, and they're going to go, I believe. Big play in the football game. 12-7, Classical on top. English trying to come up with a big defensive stop. Good second effort. They drive, and they get the first down. J.P. Guy to the 48-yard line. So he needed one, he got two. And it'll be 1st and 10, and Classical can run some more precious time off the clock.
Oh, outside.
The pitch to Jamal. Gets good yardage on first down. He's close to first down yardage. Out to the 38. He's going to be about maybe a foot shy.
Ball security.
They're gonna measure. It's going to be close. Make or miss. It's not by much. Either made it or missed it by. Matt Durgan may be wishing now he doesn't make it, so he can run another play. They got the first down just barely. So 10 yards and a first down, picked up by Jamal Thornton. The last 3 or 4, he dragged people with him to get the extra yardage for the first down. Classical moves the stakes. More importantly, they're moving the clock. Under 7 minutes to play when they snap the football. 12-7 Classical. The pitch, J.P. Guy cuts it up inside and gets good yardage on first down. English stretched it out. Miller coming up off the bottom, along with Nick Marcos. He picked up almost 7 yards. Second down and about 3.
Hit it.
Jamal gets inside the 30. They give him the 29 for 2 more. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about a yard. Third, they need 3rd and a yard and a foot. So they need about 4 feet.
Come on, JP, hit it. Hit it.
JP Guy gets the first down. Bing in on the stop along with Tom Miller, and Marquez also there too. Sean Jordan getting up off the bottom of the pile. Classical picks up another first down at the 27.
It is 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
What is it?
David Sanchez gets the play from Matt Durgan and brings it back to the huddle. Classical has gone away from that double wing. They go I formation with 1 wing. Sanchez wide open is Mackey. Cox is going to make the tackle, saving the touchdown, but Mackey was wide open. As Matt Durgan, they're waiting for Classical to run the clock, run the football, and they get down to the 4, a big 23-yard pass play. It was Mackey's catch that kept the drive alive for the first touchdown. Now Mackey comes up with another big catch on this one, and Sanchez put it right on the money. And they're at the 4-yard line, 1st and goal. The pitch to Guy, he's hit in the backfield by Jeff Gork. And they hold it to about a yard gained.
Hit by Jeff Gore. Gain of a yard in the play. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3.
That guy came flying.
2nd and goal from the 3 with the clock running. And it's going to make it very tough on the Bulldogs unless they stop Classical right here. English would need 2 scores. With the clock running, 4:25 and counting. JP Guy is pulled back as he gets to the 2, maybe the 1.
Brought down by a host of English tackles. Brandon Bing, Tom Miller.
Bing,
Al Cox.
Miller, Marquez, all in on the stop.
From the 2-yard line.
So the rain has slowed up a little bit. Looked like it was going to start coming hard, but it slowed down and has not been a factor. 3rd and goal. The pitch to Jamal. They're not going to give it to him. They're going to give him down to the 1.
Brought down by Carl Cox, and he's just
So English giving up yards grudgingly. It's going to be a big 4th down play.
Go with David.
it's going to be
You want David to go to left or right?
and go from about a foot away from the goal line.
So 4th, and they need inches. And Classical wants a timeout to talk about it. The last time they were here, David Sanchez took it in on a quarterback sneak. And English looking to come up with 1 big stop. Classical looking to put a little exclamation point on Thanksgiving Day. 3:11 left, it would be a tall order for English to score 2 touchdowns. Although they've already recovered 1 onside kick to start the ball game, they would probably have to do it again to score twice in the last 3:11. But Classical has played well. Thornton and Guy have done exceptionally well running the football. That offensive line has opened up some holes. And English has had trouble running the football against this Classical defense, especially here in the second half. They only had 50 yards rushing in the first half. They only have 38 yards rushing here in the second half. So they got less than 100 yards. Sanchez in for the touchdown.
That makes it Classical 18, English 7.
Yeah, you like it, you like it.
Touchdown is important. The drive was important. 59 yards in 14 plays. They took a lot of time off the clock. 3:07 left to play in the football game. Rush is no good.
JP Guy will carry conversion fails. Score remains. Lynn Classical 18, Lynn English 7.
Who do I go with? Who do I go with? Someone who uses or switch it up? Okay, we're going to go with the first DBs. Keep the first
Classical
DBs.
scoring drive covered 60 yards on 13 plays.
So 59 yards and 14 plays.
David's in the middle. David's in the middle with William and JP out there.
So Classical with a very important touchdown. They were holding on to a very slim 5-point lead. English very much in a football game. A touchdown would win it for them. Now English finds themselves needing 2 scores with only 3:07 left. So they've got to score quickly and get the ball back and do it again. And they've been hard pressed. They only have, they've got less than 90 yards rushing in the football game. Ground ball bounces around, it's loose. Finally picked up by Kyle Cox. Cox turns the corner and does an exceptional job, and that's going to be a flag. That's probably going to be against Classical as they carried Cox out of bounds, and that's going to be a big break for the Bulldogs. Cox did an exceptional job of getting outside and making that happen as he turned the corner. So the penalty against Classical will move it to the Classical 44-yard line. So Kyle Cox doing it again. That's a couple of times he's almost broke the kickoffs. And he gives them a little shot in the arm. They have it at the 44, but they've got to score quickly. And you would think they would have to go upstairs. Cox and Woodbury go to the far side. Halal Saleh. They get the reverse just barely, and Classical did an exceptional job. Achilles Bruton got inside and disrupted that play as they lose back to the 50. Achilles Bruton got in and disrupted the play, and they had nowhere to go. Cox would have had to be a miracle man to make that play work. They lose 6, and they're at midfield with a 2nd and 16. Saleh dumping it off. The catch is made by Gork back at the original line of scrimmage.
Pressure on the quarterback was applied by number 78, James Ridley.
So they get it back to just about the initial line of scrimmage, which was the 44.
The ball is back at the original line of scrimmage where it'll be 3rd and 10.
And we'll get the 2-minute warning.
And that's the 2-minute warning. There are 2 minutes left in the game.
Classical about to pull the upset and go 6-4. And for a team that was 1-9 last year, a tremendous turnaround. English, a tip of the hat to the Bulldogs as well. They were 4-7 last year, and they've come back. And Terrell Patterson and Nick Marcos, the 2 captains, made sure these kids worked in the off-season. They came back in terrific shape, worked hard, and reeled off 6 straight wins
Watch 9. Watch 9.
Soleil dropping back. They dump it off
We're there.
to Mike Roberts. He gets out of bounds to stop the clock inside the 40, but it's going to bring up a big fourth down play.
Be aware of number 9. Charles Lex, be aware of number 9. Charles Lex is yellow. Be aware of number 9. Where he is on the field.
To the 38-yard line. So he picked up 6 on the pass play, a big fourth down play. And with time running out, they not only need the 4 yards, they've got to go quickly into the end zone and get the ball back if they want to have any opportunity. Gork goes wide. Woodbury comes in motion to the near side. Soleil looking to throw. He's got Gork wide open for the first down and more. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. As they get down to the 18-yard line, a 20-yard pickup and a first down. So English keeps their hopes alive, but they can't nickel and dime them here. They've got to go into the end zone. Our players of the game, for Lynn English, it will be Kyle Cox, and for Lynn Classical, it will be David Sanchez. They will be getting tickets to a sporting event from Fosse Pizza, and they'll be getting a nice trophy presented on Sports Weekly.
David has to come over to him. David has to come over to him.
The trophies, of course, will be presented by Kevin Harrington.
Pick it off.
Soleil looking for Gork again, and he was open momentarily, but the pass was wide. So Kyle Cox and Sanchez, both seniors, finishing out having big games. Sanchez getting 2 touchdowns and coming up with 2 big pass plays to Paul Mackey on 2 very important drives to help Classical pull off this upset. And I say upset because English had 7 wins, Classical had 5 coming in, but most people thought this would be one of the better Turkey Day games. The pass in the end zone, caught for a touchdown in the end zone. John Kolozetsky. John Kolozetsky with that cast in his hand with a broken hand, got in the end zone and made the catch. So it's 18-13. English is still alive, but they're going to probably have to come up with an onside kick once again and get the ball back. "44 yards in 6 plays. Richie Moore will kick the point. So it's 18-14, 44 yards in 6 plays, and now the all-important kickoff. And everybody in the ballpark is expecting an onside kick. And Classical should have all the hands people up front, receivers and backs. This is where the linemen usually take a back seat. We'll have defensive backs, receivers, all up looking for an onside kick. English will try to get the ball back. So they go 44 yards in 6 plays, 4 of them being passes, 1 a 20-yarder to Gork, and the last one an 18-yarder. Kolozetsky making a nice catch in the end zone, especially when considering he's wearing a cast because he's coming off a broken hand. Made an exceptional play. Classical has to secure the football, and that should be enough if they get it. They should be able to run out the clock, as English has used some of their timeouts. So that should be enough if they get the football. It'll be John Bernard doing the kicking off. And let's see. As they get set. They're ready.
Nope, eyeball.
It didn't go 10 yards. Now it's touched. The ball didn't go 10 yards. The only shot they have was if Classical touched it and dropped it. But it'll be Classical's ball at the 48-yard line. Richie Moore finishes up a great career at Lynn English. He had 1,321 yards coming in. Unofficially, he's got 86, which puts him over 1,400 yards in a tremendous career at Lynn English High School. I know it's a sad note for Terrell Patterson, but Terrell had a great year as well, and he had a terrific year. And he was unable to play today, and that was a big blow for English. So JP Guy back just about the line of scrimmage as English quickly takes a timeout. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Second and about 10.
Yeah, definitely. What do we have here?
Who's this?
It is 2nd and 10.
Okay, that's better.
1:24 showing on the scoreboard clock.
Go, Dre. Cut him.
Andre Williams turns the corner. He's loose. They bump him out of bounds, but he gets a first down. Cox bumped him out of bounds at the 32. A 16-yard pickup and a first down, and that should just about do it. Classical just has to hold on to the football from here. A big play. Williams was able to turn the corner. They haven't done that much. They've had to cut him up inside most of the time. But they were able to turn the corner, and Williams got bumped out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:16 left. They give to Rossi Chow. English tackling the football right now, trying to knock it loose. And English quickly called timeout. Marquez, Gork, and Bing all in on the stop. They lose a yard back to the 33.
Lots of about a yard in the play. It'll be 2nd and 11.
1:09 left. English can't stop it too many more times. So the outstanding player is Kyle Cox, who 3 or 4 times almost broke kickoffs and punts for touchdowns. Caught several passes and made tackles and tipped away a few passes on defense to keep English in it. Sanchez with the keep. And English again quickly calls timeout. Nothing on the play. 1:03 showing on the scoreboard clock.
That was made by Tom Miller and Nick Marcos.
Miller and Marcos with the stop, and congratulations to all of the seniors who are playing their last game at Manning Bowl. And the seniors led both of these teams to great seasons, great turnarounds. Classical from 1-9 to what looks like is going to be 6-4. English from 4-7 to 7-3. So Lynn can be very proud of these young men. They've had outstanding seasons, and the coaching staffs have done exceptional jobs. Gary Malaire, Matt Durgan, and all their assistants have really done outstanding work. Jamal Thornton to about the 28, and we have another timeout by English.
Tackled by Jeff Short and Nick Marcos.
So unofficially, Richie Moore has 86 yards rushing, a touchdown, and 2 conversions. Talal Saleh, a touchdown pass to Kolozetsky. For Classical, JP Guy had 58 yards rushing. And the defense certainly did the job for Classical in the second half. English had pretty good field position a couple of times, and Classical shut them down. And it will be 4th down. Jamal gets bumped out of bounds. It's a question of whether he made the first down or not. If they give him where they're marking the football, the 20, they're going to give him a first down, and that's going to do it. He got around the corner. They bumped him out of bounds at the 20, and that'll do it with 49 seconds left. Classical is going to get the win. So Dana and Bobby Johnson, the coaches, happily leaving the press box to go downstairs as Classical is going to get their 6th win. JP Guy goes straight ahead. English onside kick, the very first play of the game, recovered, went 39 yards in 8 plays. Moore went 5 yards for the touchdown. He tacked on the extra point. It was 7-0 English. Classical came back. Achilles Bruton recovered a fumble on a pitch to the side to Woodbury, a lateral. He was going to throw a forward pass off it, and the ball was fumbled. Achilles Bruton fell on it at the 35, and 13 plays later, Classical had gone 65 yards with Rossi Chow on a big 4th down. He went straight ahead, got stacked up in the middle of the line, and looked like he was stopped for no gain, and English was going to take over. He bounced it to the outside, and everybody was stuck inside. He walked in from 15 yards away. The conversion was no good. It was 7-6. And then English trying to punt the football away late in the half as Sanchez takes a knee. The snap went over Richie Moore's head. He did all he could do, went back and got it. He got the kick away, but it was for minus 13 yards that traveled out to the English 24-yard line. Classical went 7 plays. The big play, Sanchez to Mackey for 11 yards. Mackey made the big catch, to Seaforth, Anthony Seaforth, down to the 1-yard line. And then Sanchez snuck in from there. The big play on the first touchdown was the pass from Sanchez to Mackey of 17 yards. And that was 12-7. And for all intents and purposes, that gave Classical the lead that they never relinquished. They came out in the second half, in the 3rd period actually, and after an interception by William Brogdon, the young sophomore, they went 59 yards in 14 plays. The big play once again, a 23-yard pass play from David Sanchez to Paul Mackey to get it down to the 4. English gave up yards grudgingly, a yard at a time, but on 4th and 1, Sanchez again snuck in for a 2nd touchdown, and the senior ends his career in football at Classical on a very upbeat note, scoring 2 touchdowns to make it 18-7. English didn't roll over. They went 44 yards in 6 plays. Talal Soleil going upstairs 4 times, 20 yards to Gork, and then 18 yards to John Kolozetsky for a big touchdown. And the final score, 18-14 in favor of Classical, who will go to 6-4. English will go to 7-3. Classical will make it 6 out of the last 8, and they'll break English's streak of trying to win 2 in a row. English won last year, and Classical now leads in the series 47 wins to 29 with 9 ties. But some outstanding performances, James Ridley, Mike Phelps, JP Guy, David Sanchez, Paul Mackey, Broderick, a lot of guys playing well. Achilles Bruton, of course. For English, there was Brandon Bing on the outside, Mike Roberts, Luis Marquez. Tom Miller was outstanding. Nick Marcos played very well. Talal Soleil threw the ball extremely well. Richie Moore ran the ball well. Some outstanding performances by some great players on both sides. And congratulations once again to the seniors. We wish them well on whatever they do. And this is an upbeat note for both teams, actually, coming back for next year, as English with 7 wins, Classical with 6 wins. After they combined for only 5 wins, they combined for 13 wins this year after 5 last year. So congratulations to Matt Durgan on a big win. Congratulations to Gary Malaya on a terrific season. And I think both teams can hold their heads up high as they walk out. Once again, our players of the game, Kyle Cox for Lynn English and David Sanchez for Lynn Classical. They'll be getting those awards from Fosse Pizza and Harrington Trophy, and we thank them for their donations. And a tip of the hat also to all the English and Classical video kids who are working on the shoot and did an outstanding job, both this game and the Tech St. Mary's game, to help bring this game to you. We certainly hope you enjoyed it. So for everybody here, the entire crew working out here in kind of tough conditions, I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time on TV 15.